your day going? How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a how I take and how I edit my Instagram pictures, because you guys constantly want to know how I get my Instagram pictures looking like I do. And to be honest, I don't know why, because in my opinion they're pretty basic, but I'm going to show you anyway because I'm a nice person. All the apps I use are free, so I just want to let you know that you don't have to worry about purchasing anything. Everything is free, so I got your back. So if you guys want to see that, then keep on watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Thank you so much for 70k subscribers. It hit 70k, that means only 30k to 100k. I mean, that seems, actually that's quite a lot when you think about it, but like, we're getting closer and closer to 100k, so if you want to subscribe, it'd be nice. Down there, hit the notification bell so you get to see my videos, you know. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna get on and I'm gonna show you how I edit my IG pics. So first we're going to start off with how I take my Instagram pictures, and I guess there are like 3 different ones that I do. The first one being the mirror pics, so I'll put a few examples on the screen now, but this is basically where I sit in front of the mirror with my phone and I just literally crouch down and take a picture. And a lot of people always ask, like, how do you constantly take pictures in the mirror but you've always got different backgrounds? I literally just have this little mirror and I just take it everywhere with me around my house to find like a good setup. But most recently I've been using like the background of my bed. Yeah, I just move that mirror around, place it how I like so I get a nice background, and I just sit in front of it and do my little poses, you know, crouch down on my knee, do whatever, and I just take the picture on my phone. Majority of my pictures are taken on my phone. It's very rare that I take them on my camera because it's just so much effort to get them out, and my phone does a good enough job. So yeah, most of my pictures are taken on my phone, and I do have an iPhone 6 and the quality is decent, it's good, it works. So yeah, that is how I take my mirror pictures. My second type of picture that I take is just selfies. This is bog standard. I just sit in front of the window or where there's the best lighting, be it a studio light or a ring light or whatever you have to hand. Natural light is what I mostly use. And it's very simple. I literally just hold the phone and I like kind of tilt my head. And a lot of time I use my hands in pictures, so I'll either like put it on my chin, put it on my head, and I just try different angles, as you can see here, until I get one how I like. And this sounds dramatic, but I do take like a load of pictures. I just take loads and loads and loads and loads and loads, and then after just go through and favourite your favourite ones and then edit them and see which one you like at the end. And then the third type of picture I take is kind of like the stood up one, you like in front of the camera, like with the white background in this like stance. And to do this I basically just put my phone on a self timer for 10 seconds and I just stand in front of a white wall or whatever background I have and I just pose for the camera. Like, most people think someone actually takes some pictures for me. Like, sometimes if my sister's in and I want it to look like a lot better, then I will, but most of the time I just balance it on something and set on my self timer, and that is how I take the picture. So now we've gone through how I take my pictures, let's head on to editing them, which is personally my favourite part because I just love editing pictures. Like, honestly, it's one of my favourite things. But firstly, before doing that, I go through and I favourite all the pictures that I've taken which I like the best. I've liked all the ones which I want to edit and choose from. So once I favourited them, I go over to the app called Airbrush, which is my main app which I use, which is honestly my favourite. It's like Facetune but it's free. So you go to library. So you're just going to open up the picture that you want to edit in Airbrush, and the first thing I do is I go to the bottom of the screen here where it says tools and I go to enhance, and I first of all just change the colour of how I want the picture. So where it is contrast here, I'll either turn it up or down depending on the picture. For this picture I'm going to turn the contrast down, and then I go to brightness and I turn the brightness up, but then I go to highlights and I turn the highlights down, so it makes the skin look more tanned and, you know, glowy and sun-kissed. And I'll turn the saturation up a tiny amount, but not a lot, and then the shadows I will turn that down too. And this just basically changes the main colour of the picture to start with. And just so you can see what that actually did, here's a before and after of the picture. So as you can see, it's just made me look a lot more tanned and it's kind of just colour corrected the picture. The second thing I'll do is I'll swipe along and go to the little whiten tool here, and I just make the size a little bit bigger and zoom in and I just whiten all the background. And by doing this, most of my Instagram pictures kind of like match and fit together because they've all got this clear white background. This does take a while, but it's worth it because you don't have like that horrible yellowy cream background. So here's a before and after, as you can see, with the white and background and the colour correction on the picture. And I'm going to go to this one here called Acne, but I'm not actually going to use it for acne because I have makeup in this picture, so you can't actually see my spots. But I have this little mark on my hand here, which you can clearly see in the picture, so I'm just going to zoom into that on my hand. It looks absolutely disgusting because all my fake tan got into the cut, so that's what that is. And I'm just going to press on it and get rid of all these horrible little scratch marks on my hand. And obviously it's not going to get rid of them at all, so I just save that and then I go to smooth and I'll just tap the screen and smooth over my fingers. Obviously, like, it hasn't fully got rid of it, but it's made it look a lot better than it was. And then as you can see at the top of the screen here, you can see my light switch where it comes down, and then you can see the end of the light switch here on the screen as I'm showing you, because it's a pulley one. So I'm going to go back in with the acne tool, and this is what I like to get rid of things in the picture that I don't want. I'll use the acne tool and I'll literally just go like this and it gets rid of it. Like, thank you. But as you can see, there's still that faint line there, so I'll go to firm and I'll just, oops, and I'll just drag it over that faint line like so. I didn't do that very neat. And as you can see, it's just got rid of it, which is great. And because my fake tan is kind of like coming off here, as you can see, I look a little bit patchy, so I'm just going to go to the smooth and I'm going to keep it on light, because if you do heavy smooth it looks too like fake. And I'm just going to tap on the screen over the harsh parts, just so it doesn't look as patchy. I'm just going to make it look a little bit smoother. But you don't want to do it too much because then it just looks unrealistic. So just like a nice little amount like that. And again here where my tan looks very dodgy. And then if you just see the before and after, it just looks a lot more smooth, obviously. And now onto the face. So what I do for the face is, the first thing I do, I'll go to brighten, and on my eyebrows at the front here, I just put the brighten tool on, so it makes them look more feathery. I just tap it on the front like that. As you can see, I've done that a little bit too much there, so I'm just gonna erase that. I'll do the same on the other side, just gonna tap the front of the brow. And as you can see, that just makes the eyebrows look a lot more defined and bushy. And I also sometimes put this on the eyelashes, just to make the eyelashes stand out a little bit more, like so. Like, you can put this on the eyes as well, but I feel like it just makes it look too cartoony, so I don't tend to do that. And then I'll go to the dark circles tool, and because this lighting didn't look very nice, I'm just gonna smooth over here where it's a little bit dark. It's not that bad on the other eye, it's just this eye, and you can see that just makes it look less blue. And then the final thing I do for the face is I go to skin tone, and I go to this one here, which is like a peachy colour, and I zoom in on my highlight. And obviously the highlight looks a lot better in real life. On picture it doesn't show it, so I just like to enhance my highlight a little bit, so I'll put it on like so, and as you can see that looks very weird and dramatic at the minute, but you can obviously drag it to how intense you want, but I just want it a little bit brighter than it already is. Again with the nose, skin tone, peachy collarbone, just zoom in, tap on the nose like that, a little bit on the lip here. Just makes everything look more glossy and nice. Then the final thing I'm going to do for this picture is go to the brighten tool again, and I'm just going to do it over my necklace just so it stands out a little bit more, brings out the detail like so, 10 times better. So I'm just going to save the picture, and then I open up the app VSCO or Visco, I never know how to say that, and in here is where I put on the filters and just finalise the picture. So when I'm in VSCO, I go to the filter HB2 and I just turn it down to like here, like 5 plus 5, and then save that. So as you can see the difference there. And then I'll save that to my camera roll. And then I'll open up the picture in Instagram and go to edit, and then I will turn up the saturation a little bit, like 2. turn up the warmth to like 1, and then I go to filter and I go to Aiden and I just drag it down to like, every picture is different, like it just all depends on the colours. This one I'm gonna go for like 16, and that is how I edit my selfies, and that is ready to go up onto Instagram. So I'm just gonna save that as a draft. I'll just put some hearts in there for now, and then we'll save that as a draft. So I'm sorry if this video was very boring, but it's really not hard. That is literally just how I edit my Instagram pictures, and you guys have requested this, so I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. But with that being said, I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe down below, because like I said, thank you for 70k subscribers. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video, and I love you all lots, and I hope you enjoy my new outro. SOS, never guess, cause I know mama told me that I'm blessed, but he never wanna show. Get impressed, cause I'm dope. You don't smoke, what you mean? Keep it potent as the green, so you know it's happy tree.